Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys. We're back.
I'm planning my next cruise, everyone.
Wonderful. Where to?
Well, I am going on a Disney cruise
Ooh,
from Fort Lauderdale
nice.
down to Disney's Castaway Cay,
Oh,
I
wonderful.
believe Jamaica, and a
Ooh,
few
that
other
sounds like fun.
places. I've been on this trip before, but
So, which ship is it?
I
Which
am
Dream
going
thing?
with I believe the Disney Dream, if I remember correctly. It's a little bit of an
Wait
older
a
ship.
minute. That's the one with Sorcerer Mickey, isn't it?
I think so, with Sorcerer Mickey, yeah.
If it is, I'm going to ask you to look for one thing. And you know what
And
it
I
is.
think it might even be Pixar Day at Sea.
If it's Pixar, you know what I'm going to ask.
Where is
Is Lotso. And wait a minute. You need to get Bullseye in there too.
Probably Bullseye too.
as
I'll
well
try
as,
to get more
as
pictures of
well as all
Bullseye.
the other
I did have
toys.
good pictures last time.
I know. They were fantastic. Oh my god.
So
Okay,
what I will I'll be talking about this time around, hopefully I can bring this up. Let
go ahead.
us press our forefingers,
Crossing
hands,
fingers.
everything.
And I'm drinking my Starbucks too. By the way, I did get Starbucks today.
Okay, so I
I
need
got
to
my
do it
Trenta
this
green
way.
tea lemonade. Yummy, yum yum
Yummy.
yum.
You went towards green tea lemonade today?
I did with 3 pumps of peppermint.
Oh, 3 pumps of peppermint.
Yep, always have to have the peppermint in there.
Still, I heard of someone that was raving about a new flavor palette that they found out at Starbucks.
And is
It
that the one in
uses
Canada?
your chai tea latte, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
They put in 2 pumps of turmeric
What the heck?
and then 4 pumps of cinnamon.
Talk
How
about a
strong is
spice.
the cinnamon? That's my big question.
Let me ask that. How much of a kick do you need?
Yeah, think on that
Yeah,
one.
that I don't know. Now,
Chai
listen, I
tea,
would be
2
willing.
kicks of peppermint. No, not the peppermint. 2 kicks of turmeric, which I turmeric's okay, but to me, it almost has like no taste. It may be a little bit spicy, but
Here's
not
the
much.
thing with turmeric, though. It does this. It cleans.
Yes.
You know what? Maybe one time I will literally get the drink and tell you what I think.
Yeah. And then
So, what's the recipe?
tell me if if that cinnamon's a little too strong. So it'll
I
be
will let
like
you
an
know.
overdosed cinnamon chai tea
Now,
with a little bit of kick
do
of turmeric.
now,
Here.
do I need to
Doesn't
blend it
sound bad.
in? I
Would
know.
I drink it? Maybe. It matters on how
I
high that cinnamon
listen.
taste is.
Listen, I am gonna
How
drink
high is
it.
that cinnamon taste? I've never tried it at Starbucks.
But here's the thing: do you need to blend it in the drink?
Yeah, everything's blended.
You do. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, there's not
Next
going to be
week.
layered. I do not like Starbucks that has the layers on it. Like, hey, you're
Oh
tasting this, and then you're tasting something else different in the
no,
next 5 minutes.
I need it
No,
mixed.
it needs to be blended if you're going to do
Get
it
this
correctly.
one. There is a refresher that is only available in Canada. It has something to do with cool lime or something, and it sounds interesting. I would love to try it.
I'll try it, but
Unfortunately, we have to go to Canada to get it.
well, you know what? I
So,
just wait till Christmas time,
yeah.
and I'll
Hi,
just get
Molly. How are you?
good
Welcome
old
in.
Starbucks eggnog. I'm happy.
Molly's in here.
Hello,
Hi.
Molly.
How are you?
Jazzy hands.
Fabulous. Okay.
Oh gosh.
All right. So,
Okay.
we all know that D23 has they're come and gone.
Yes.
And we got a lot of great news for it, which is fantastic. Now we're going to do a little bit of guessing, which is where are they going to put this stuff?
Yes.
So where do you want to start, Richard? Do you
Okay,
want to start
I'm sorry, but this
with...
might
What do
look
you...
wonky on the screen.
That's fine. That's fine.
Wonky.
Whoa! Yes, it does.
Wonky,
Okay.
wonky. But if I just do this,
Okay.
it only shows that, right?
It still shows the wonky screen. Well, that didn't work.
It doesn't show the
No.
notes.
Nope. Not at
Okay,
all.
so what if I just
Hold
do
on a second,
this?
guys. We're working on stuff. Hello. Okay. Yeah, bear with us, guys.
There it
Okay,
is.
you got it? Okay.
That's a
Yay!
little
That's
bit
what we
better.
got. All right.
So,
Okay.
and I talked about this with Mikey and Dave at one time,
Yes, and we
and
were going
everything
bananas.
seems to be ironed out pretty well
Yeah, we
with
think.
this scenario.
Right.
So we're talking about Villain's Land, the
Yes.
River of America, and also we're talking about Cars Land.
Yes. Now, I just saw something very, very recently earlier that that literally showed a Villain's Land not having one entrance, but two.
And
One
my thought
in
was going to be about the same. It seems
Liberty
like
Square, and add a new railroad station. That's what they'd be doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we're looking at this picture. This is
Well, I'm saying-
from my Disney experience.
Right.
Right around the far end, right where the star is roughly
That's
about
Haunted
where
Mansion.
that's
Haunted
Haunted
Mansion.
Mansion. But right
Yeah.
beside it is the train tracks that go over the rivers of America.
Correct.
Basically.
That is the Rivers of America. Now, I
Right there
believe
is
that's
Rivers
where
of
Cars,
America.
and I believe that's where Cars is gonna go.
That is, they're gonna drain that. Well, officially drain, but what I want is
You know
not
what I'm
drain.
wondering, Richard? You know what?
I want them to dam it up.
You're gonna think
Weirdly.
I'm nuts.
I'm going crazy, but I want them
Okay.
to dam that up so there's only one waterway that really enters into that area.
Right.
So what if you basically dam that up and you create I'd say a bigger port for the ship to get to the area that we want it to get to.
Right.
So all of this green area right next to Fantastic Magic Kingdom.
Right.
There's only one ride right now that is Tiana's that is on the outside of the barrier of train.
Correct. Because the railroad's right nearby.
The railroad's right here. Yeah. Right against Frontierland, which will soon to be changed probably.
Now, let me ask you this question seriously. Now, I had a crazy thought for you. Now, we know that they are going to put Villain's Land somewhere.
Yes.
We don't know where yet, but
we kind of know where. They already said it's going right behind Big Thunder.
Now, here is my question. All right, so if Villain's Land is going to go next to Big Thunder,
yes.
Now, where would they put Cars Land? Unless they're going because
they already know where they're putting Cars Land. That is because the Rivers of America is getting dried out.
Right.
And it's the wonderful
They're
island.
Also getting rid of Tom Sawyer's Island.
Tom Sawyer Island. Now look at Tom Sawyer Island on the map. I'll go up a little bit.
Yeah.
They don't use most of it.
They
don't use Tom Sawyer Island that much already.
Right.
They use
very
rare
at
the most.
Now, let me ask you this question.
That whole thing's going to get dried up, and they're going to try to
next to Haunted Mansion. Let me ask you this question. Do you think they would try and move Haunted Mansion a little bit? And I mean physically move the thing over just a little bit. So that way there's more room.
They could.
If you know what I mean.
Really? But he is right next to, he's supposed to be part of Liberty Square.
Correct. Now.
But he's already across the river. He's right, he's out of place right where he's at. Right. I'm sorry to admit it, but he needs to maybe get moved. I want them to create, while this is happening, hopefully, if they do it smartly, create a new Haunted Mansion.
You know what? That would be a great idea.
Maybe a little bit bigger.
You know what?
and then close down the old one. I'm sorry to admit it, but yes, it's one of the first rides that was there.
Yes.
It needs a little bit of revamp because of the train tracks that it uses.
It does. It does. Now, mind you.
And it would be allowed to be using a new system if they made a new one.
Would they be able
Where would they put it?
Good point, because that's the only place it's ever been.
Well, I could think of one place.
Where?
Adventureland.
You know?
It works halfway well in Adventureland, weirdly.
But let me ask this question. If they were to move it over to Adventureland, I'm just saying if. And that would be a big move.
Or
Villain. What do you get rid of? Because they just did.
Put it in the new Villain Land.
You know what?
That works.
Wait a minute.
Really well.
This, Richard. Go with me on this. Now, you know how the newest movie was with this, right?
Yeah.
The ride has
always been more popular.
I'm going to say this seriously. You saw the movie, right? And you saw how scary that the trailer was, right?
Yeah, I loved that.
Make the animatronics exactly like that, and
that might be.
I mean, really freak people out.
Ooh,
more so. And I mean, like, make the Omni system still there, yes, but make it a little bit more scare factor.
Yeah,
I mean, like
that would
times
work.
5, a little bit. But
I also noticed that they do not use overbridges that much in Disney World,
right?
In this land and in Magic Kingdom,
right?
What if they made, let's say, a nice little overpass? Let's say right around. It's Adventureland, so it would go over the ride for Jungle Cruise. We love Jungle Cruise.
You know what?
Have the path go above and over it.
Now.
And there's a big, huge green spot that they could put the new Haunted Mansion in its own.
Let me ask you this question
space.
Seriously. What do you think of my idea of literally making the quote-unquote new Haunted Mansion more scarier than the current one?
It could work.
But here's the thing. I had a thought for this because we know that I do not like Haunted Mansion anyway. But
yes.
For the ones that don't, the main one, which is, 1 out of 2, which would be the main one, that's there now. And then, wait a minute, create a second one in Villain's Land that is exactly like that new movie. And I mean, like, Scaretastic, like, times 5 or times 10.
This is a popular, and I don't know why Disney has not done this yet, but this is a popular enough franchise for the ride, not for the movie.
Right.
Why don't they create their own land for Haunted Mansion?
You know what? That would be a cool idea.
Haunted Village.
You know what? That could actually work.
It could work pretty well. Yeah.
But the only thing would be you would need a lot more cast members to be both in the ride as well as outside.
Yes.
But I think that could work. But how would you make it come to life? I mean, like, really come to life and, like, really be like, You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know.
Maybe they can figure out ways. Disney has not used their technology a lot of, really.
Right.
But maybe create a few new rides devoted that are, like, inspired by Haunted Mansion.
Why not do Nightmare Before Christmas?
Why not have it so Madame Leota has her own tea shop?
Now that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Isn't that cute? Oh, and then also have it so there would be
where would Memento Mori go?
It would get moved, but they would
Okay.
have its own gift shop, and it would probably
Yeah.
get expanded in the new spot.
Well, they already have a gift shop and it's small, but
They need it bigger.
they do. They do because people love the ride. Me, I'm not a fan. But
Yeah.
Okay, now going over to Villains Land. Okay, there is one thing that we do not know, and I'm sure everybody wants to know what it is. What
What?
is the landmark going to be? Because as we know, every land has its own thing. For example, Fantasyland has the beautiful castle. Frontierland has Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Tomorrowland is Space Mountain. Main Street USA is its own thing. Let me
Well,
think. Fantasyland is the carousel.
no. Main Street USA is looking at that castle.
Correct. Now, when you walk
It's
into
the view.
Villains Land, but let me ask you this question: in Villains Land, what is the landmark going to be?
Well,
This could be very tricky because you could do it so many different. And this was one of my concerns when they announced it, because you are going to need a very well-known landmark that everybody knows and loves.
Okay, so
The
I
only
have
thing
one.
I can think of would be either Maleficent's castle or the Evil Queen's castle from
I have
Snow
something
White.
better than that.
All right. What do you got?
Captain Hook,
Oh, the ship.
not the ship.
Oh, you mean
Is
Skull Island?
Skull Island.
Now that would make sense.
And it doesn't have to be that
Wait
big, but
a
it could be
minute.
dramatic.
Wait a minute, Richard. I just thought of the craziest idea for this. To get into Villains Land, you turn the Liberty Bell into Captain Hook's ship to get in there. What do you think? You
Or
could.
kind of like, or Walt Disney World, Universal. Disney has
Right.
not used this system yet. But
Right.
what if you went on a ride to get into a new park?
Bingo, that's the idea. Wait a minute. You could turn the Rivers of America into the... Wait a minute. You could literally take the Liberty Bell.
Rivers of America.
You
If
could
they're
take the
going to do
Liberty
it that way, but
well,
because that's Cars. Cars is great, but
I know, but how are we going to get into Villains Land? I mean, that's the thing. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it.
Faith, trust, and just a little bit of pixie dust.
Pixie dust, I know. Ooh, for Cars Land, I just thought of something for that.
What if they made
a
revamp of kept the facade and the first entrance of what you see of a ride? For example, the one I'm thinking of is Peter Pan's Flight.
Absolutely, I love that ride. It's one of my favorites.
Love the ride. What if they made it so that is the ride that goes into Villains Land?
You mean to tell me that they are going to
move? You
move?
would get to go into the first part of Villains Land,
Now,
which is
wait a minute.
Neverland itself.
Now, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you want them to move Peter Pan from Fantasyland over into Villains Land?
Keep it the same. Expand it.
But there has to be one character.
Make it so.
Wait a minute.
The original one is great. They have it in Disneyland too.
Let me ask you this. Wait a minute. What about the one they have in Fantasy Springs over in Tokyo? I've seen bits and pieces of that ride. Now that ride looks like fun.
Or another thought.
You could do it like that.
It is Storybook Land, Storybook Circus, I believe it's called. Close enough to the edge that it could be.
It's close. It's close.
I'm thinking I don't know.
I don't know, because here's the thing. Storybook Circus
I know
What?
I know one, and it would be not that hard to expand it.
Which one?
Jungle River Cruise.
Richard, that's on the other side of the park.
Now look at the map.
I'm looking at the map, and
There's Jungle River Cruise right there.
right.
What if they made it so it comes in on one side, comes out on the other?
That would be hard to do because you would
Right
have to
in this area, there would be
I
a
don't
different
know.
entrance.
I'm not sure.
There's also this spot around here, which I want
Wait
the
a
Haunted
minute,
Mansion to be in.
Richard. What is the name of that boat in the Pinocchio? You know the one when they go to Pleasure Island?
Oh, that's true.
What?
Yeah.
What's the name of that boat? I forget
I
the
don't
name of the
know it,
boat.
but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hi diddly dee da 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 da. That one. That
Yeah.
boat. That
Okay,
could work.
My family just now got back home.
Oh.
They'll be asking me to come over there pretty soon.
Okay.
But
Well,
that
we got
harsh
started.
line is going to try to get
Yes.
filled in. Okay,
Mhm.
I'm going to start to try to go down on.
Yeah.
Where is it at?
I don't know.
This. Here it is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So,
All right.
here is the Grand Floridian.
Correct. And there's the waterway to get into
Waterway. What we want is
Right.
all of this, probably to about right here-ish,
But there's
to
one
be-
little problem.
to be dammed up, and that could be the second or third entrance into this Magic Kingdom itself.
There's one little problem with that.
It's a waterway that they've used before.
Yeah, and also what's in the waterway is what's going to be interesting, and trying to get them
Well, that's
out.
all waterways. They just will have to make careful on that one.
That's, you know where I'm going with this, right?
Oh, I know. TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok himself.
Wait a minute. I'm hoping that the TikTok's going to be in Villain's Land.
Also,
should be.
another thought. There's
should
a
be.
walking path right here.
Oh, you're right. There is a walking path from Grand Floridian over to the Magic Kingdom entrance.
Yep. What if it kind of split off and it's went up a little bit?
Not a bad plan. That would definitely
That would be
help
easier
the
to do,
crowds.
maybe.
Yeah, but if you're coming from the Contemporary, you would be so tired you would just end up at the main gate.
And my biggest thing I want is
You
I
want
want
the
this
ferry
to be
boats to go in there.
I want this to be a little bit wider for the
You want the
canal,
ferry boats in there, don't you?
and then I want this ferry boat right here.
That
It's in
would
the far
make
corner. It's
sense.
even shown
You know, that would make sense.
right up here. Have it two spots, two stops instead of just one,
Mm-hmm.
and it would go to the back end.
Although you could also do like the you also can make it into the resort ferry as well.
Yeah, that could be a resort ferry, friendship
Isn't
boat,
Grand
or it could be
Floridian
that
always
boat.
last?
I want it to be the big boat. Come on, wouldn't that be dramatic?
Well, but there's one little problem. How do you get it out?
They can drain the whole canal, allowing them to make progress all the way back to the Florida Way if they really want to.
Well, that's good.
Tripling the size of Magic Kingdom of what it already is.
Could you imagine? Oh my goodness.
So
That's
this
gonna
is
be
a
great
different
when this
map
is all
because
done.
this is from Google Maps.
Right,
What
right,
we're
right,
looking
right.
at this one
Mhm.
is right here, Floridian Way
right,
would
right.
be the divider line. That's already a road that's there.
Okay.
This is right here is Rivers of America.
Mm-hmm.
And then this, all of this is
Mhm.
the canal, and it shows a line on the canal.
Right.
That is how they do maintenance on those boats.
Interesting.
So the canal's big enough already for the boats that are in the Rivers of
You
America.
know what I'm wondering though? Are they gonna put Villain's Land near the Beast Castle?
I don't know what they're going to do with that.
See,
But
this is
you
the
know what?
tricky
This
part.
is just ideas.
Yeah, I know.
want them to expand this canal, dam it up, and then make it so you can go into it with a boat.
Yeah, makes sense.
Only problem with that, I don't
What?
know how high monorail is.
Oh, you're right. The monorail goes right by there.
It's right there. You can see the double white line.
Right. That's the monorail track.
That's a monorail track.
Now, that's the express
How
monorail.
high is that track?
I think it's pretty high up, so you
I
could
think so too, but they have to make sure that the boat doesn't try to hit it.
Ew.
You know what I mean?
No, thank you. No, we don't need boat
Or
problems.
just don't go across that far. Just go to the very edge, but you're going to have to walk in on a
Well, they
path.
have to get the monorail over to the Grand Floridian anyway. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Nah, well.
Okay. These were fantastic photos that I took.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They are
7 seasons
wonderful.
in.
Wow.
As they do for okay. If they do fully, our new park entrance will be the Grand Floridian. Can be.
That's
Why don't they do both ships?
You know what?
If it's big enough.
Staying at the Grand Floridian,
and you would have your own friendship boat that goes to the back entrance of Villain's Land.
Right. Here's another thing too. You would need a lot more of the cast members over there to do that stuff.
It's somewhat true, but they would allow them to raise the price of the Grand Floridian because it is one of the resorts
but wait a minute.
That goes to Villain's Land.
What about now? You are gonna think I'm nuts about this. Now, as you know, in Disneyland there is one of the hotels which their exit is an entrance into the park.
Yep. Disney World does not have one. They tried one at one time.
Yeah, they did, and I don't think it worked.
It didn't work. It lasted about 2 months.
They could make it work. They could make it work if they do it right.
Yes. Now, this one, the only thing we need to do to make it work is build a walking path that's already over there.
Right.
Oh, poo.
Oops. Well, that didn't work.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Went up one.
What happened to the map?
Is it still showing?
Yes, the map's there now.
So
here's my thing.
This wonderful light line right here.
Right. That's the walking path.
That is the wonderful walking path that goes by a small beach.
Correct.
And that is the path that they would basically make split.
To go up.
And go up into Villain's Land.
Yeah,
this area right around here.
That makes sense.
Around.
But Big Thunder is on the other side. Because it's right next door to Tiana. Right, exactly. Now.
It's second furthest over.
I know.
Ride, really.
So, I'm wondering, how would they make the entrance for this?
Yeah, well, I don't know yet.
Unless they were to put the railroad in there, too. Now, the other idea...
Okay, when they drain the rivers of America.
Right, because they're going to have to take the tracks out, too.
Could they make it so a walking path is in the bottom that walks you underneath of the bridge that is the train tracks? It's already there.
You'd wait a minute, but that's over by the Tiana's Bayou Adventure when you go underneath.
It's right over there.
Right.
It's a little bit further up, and you can kind of see where the water goes underneath. So what if they don't fill that in? What if they make that into the overpass?
Would be kind of interesting.
It's already made.
There's
the other
question.
A bridge there that goes over the water.
But let me ask you this question.
Here's the bigger question.
Where would the railroad go?
Could there be a car's ride that goes underneath the tracks?
Now, that sounds like fun. Now,
interesting.
Let me ask this question. Now, with this Cars Land thing,
yeah,
is it going to be Radiator Springs as in how they have it over in Disneyland?
We know that it's not going to be because they're going to have a different ride.
Interesting. So we don't even know what it is.
Nope. We know
Okay.
very little. They showed a
Mm.
little bit of
It looked nice.
view of it,
Are we getting
renderings.
Flo's Cafe over here?
Probably not.
Oh, jeez.
A lot
I
of
want to
the
go to
things that they
Flo's.
already have in Disneyland, probably not, unless they do
Okay.
make a. They could make one.
Who knows? Okay.
Who knows?
Now,
It's big enough they
do
could.
you want to talk about Monsters Inc?
Nah,
No? Okay.
I need to. They already called me, so I need to
Oh,
head out pretty soon.
okie dokie. So we got started.
We got
This is
started,
going to be a good series of where are they going to put stuff.
so at least we know 2 of the lands. We know that.
Yes.
That's my biggest prediction.
Yeah.
I told you things I really do want
It's
to
going to
happen.
be interesting to see what they're going to do with it because
This
I
is
can't
the
wait for
biggest opportunity for Disney to make a second entrance into
I
Magic Kingdom.
agree. I agree that this will be great.
I'm hoping for the best.
Me too.
Maybe they could make a whole Pirates of the Caribbean land and make it so.
Well, they're already doing the lounge already. They're already making that.
Oh, that's true.
They're making the lounge, which is good. Now, speaking of the lounge, where are they going to put it?
I don't remember where they're going to put it. They said it an exact date.
Now you see, this is the kind of logistics I love. Because it's like, where are they going to put it? Because
I don't know yet. I
gonna be
thought
interesting.
they said in an exact area, but I do not know where it is.
But I think it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do.
I think they're taking down a building that used to be an old restaurant for.
I thought it was either going to be Keiko's Bill or the Diamond Horseshoe. I have no idea, but I don't know either. I mean, mind you, I'm just
Hopefully
guessing.
they don't take down something that people will throw their hands in the air about.
I hope not, because then that's going to be a
they're already
mess.
taking out Rivers of America, so.
Well, I'm not so. Well, listen.
People are having a pissy fit about this.
Oh, I know it. And I'm like, how many people actually go over there? I mean, seriously.
Well,
I mean,
most relaxing place, at happiest place on the earth. What can I say?
That's true. But seriously, though, I mean,
how many people go over there?
Yeah, not a lot.
Now, each and every time I go to Disney World, I do see people using the boats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Tom Sawyer Island boats or canoes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The last time I was over there.
Now that's a different thought. They're taking away the canoes.
I thought the canoes were over at Disneyland. We only had the boats.
Oh,
you're thinking of the wrong thing. Wrong thing.
They're keeping this.
I know.
Okay.
Anyway,
I'm gonna have to go. I need to be social towards my people that are here.
Okie dokie.
That is my thought and census on Villain/Cars Land.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys did like.
Yeah.
We will try to do a random live in the next few days again.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Bye,
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.